What does success mean to you? When you think about success, what does that mean to you? What do you picture success being? Do you picture being wealthy? Do you picture a mansion? Do you picture just having a paid off car or a paid off house? Do you picture not needing to work your 9-to-5 job anymore, owning your own business? What is it, in your opinion, what is it in your eyes? What does that word mean, success? Welcome back to another episode of Sweat Talk. My name is Chad. Today I want to talk about defining success. I want to talk about the definition of success and what that actually means. Some people will never understand the definition of success. They'll never understand that success is an individual definition. And when you can't understand the definition of success, you'll never see success in your lifetime. Because if you can't define what your definition of success is, you're going to continue to blame everything, every one of your problems, every one of your woes on outside influences. You're going to blame the cops. You're going to blame the politician. You're going to blame the banks. It's the bank's fault that you went and financed that $50,000 car. It's the bank's fault that you're in debt up to your eyeballs. You're not going to be able to, you'll never see or experience your own accountability till you can actually focus on your part of your woes, till you can focus on your part of the situation that you're in. You'll never wake up. I can stand here and I can talk to this camera. I can try to explain to you guys, everyone that cares to listen, that success is in your mind. And there's nothing that I can do to change the outcome of your life. All I can do is offer experience from my life, stories from my life, and try to put things into perspective to where it's easier to consume. In my opinion, success doesn't mean wealth. Success doesn't mean rich. It means wealthy enough, but it doesn't mean being a decamillionaire or having a mansion or Lamborghinis or any of the material items. I don't give a shit about any of that. I'm perfectly happy driving a beater. I do have a nice vehicle, don't get me wrong. I do love my cars, I'm a car guy, always have been. But my daily driver is a pile of crap. And I do that by design. I can afford to go buy a Lamborghini if I want to. What the hell for? That doesn't meet my definition of success. All that car is going to do is bring more life and more stress into my life. And I realize that. You can have all the money in the world, but if you're not comfortable with yourself and in your own mind, you're never going to be happy. If you can't be grateful for what you have, you're never going to be happy. If you have a car that you financed and it brings you stress because you have to focus on the payment, get rid of the car and you've just lightened your load substantially. Go buy yourself a POS to commute to work, to and from, so that you don't have to destroy a nice car. It depreciates in value and drives you deeper in the hole, which drives you deeper and deeper in debt. See, my definition is, it's simple, man. It's simple. My definition of success is I don't want any debt. I don't want a mortgage on my house. I don't want to have to stress about money. The only debt I have is the mortgage on my house. All my vehicles are paid for. Everything I own is paid for. I don't have credit card debt. And my definition of success is being able to stand in life and stand in front of whoever cares to listen from a position of fuck you. And the truth about that is it does take money to do it. It does take a couple $1 million to do it. It does take a retirement pension possibly to do it. You have to realize that success is 100% an individual idea. The outcome is individual. Success in my eyes is being able to do something that you actually love for a living. It's not having to work for a living. And when somebody doesn't like something that you do or you say, you have the freedom and the ability to just say, fuck you. Finding happiness is not always easy, man. The world needs employees. The world will always be full of there's always going to be plenty of people in the world that think that money is the root of all evil. The people that say that money is the root of all evil are the ones that don't have any. They are the greedy ones. They are the ones that feel that they're entitled to another person's hard-earned money or belongings or success. Greed is the root of all evil. And who's the greedy one? Say you see that guy, you see that dude driving a Lamborghini. You're hanging out with your friends, maybe you're having some lunch, and you see some dude driving a Lamborghini. He pulls up, and that person you're having lunch with calls that dude in his Lamborghini an arrogant, greedy asshole, and feels that they're entitled to some of what he's got. Who's the greedy one? The dude in the Lamborghini at the intersection earned that car. The guy with a mansion, with a beach, with a view overlooking the ocean, he earned that shit. The person judging the guy in the Lamborghini is the greedy one, because they have not provided the value to society to have earned anything of what that person in the Lamborghini has, or what that person in the mansion has. They've done nothing. Some people will never get it. They'll never understand that, because they'll never be able to hold themselves accountable for their own actions. They don't know what it's like to work hard. Life is work, and it doesn't matter how you look at it. No matter how you look at life, it is work. You need to work on yourself. You need to work to survive. You need to work to provide. You need to work to receive gratitude. You need to work on your mental health. You need to work to eat. It doesn't matter. Everything you do is going to require work. Even sitting on your ass and playing video games, it requires work. You're already flexing the mental muscles that you were born with. You're already practicing eye-hand coordination. You're just not doing anything to better your future, to benefit your future self. Tell me, put in the comments section. Doesn't have to be long-winded or nothing. Put in the comments section. Tell me what your definition of success is. Quick and simple, the first thing that comes to your mind. Write it down. Is it being able to stand from a position of fuck you? Or is it having the multi-million dollar mansion in the Bugatti? You see, oftentimes when we head down a personal development journey, where we start and where we end, and our definition of success will be changing constantly. When I was a kid, I used to think that I wanted a Lamborghini. I used to think that I wanted a multi-million dollar mansion. But as I get older, I realize I don't want either one of those. My definition of life, my definition of success is being able to live my life without stress, and knowing that I don't have to give a shit who's in office. I don't have to care what the price of gas is. I don't have to care what inflation does. Everybody in this country, everybody in the world is being affected by the rampant inflation. Everybody. And I'm not excluded from that. It affects me. I gotta pay that shit too. That's one of the biggest reasons I drive a pile of shit, is because I get 35, 40 miles a gallon, and I don't care what other people think of me. I don't give a shit about their judgments. You might look at my commuter and say, wow, that is a pile of shit. But you know what? That pile of shit is helping me get wealthy. You know, like I said the other day, I know a guy, he is a deca millionaire, multi-deca millionaire. If you don't know what that means, deca is 10 million. So multi-deca is over 10 million. He started out riding his bike for a commuter in the Phoenix area. 120 degrees outside. 120 degrees outside. And he was riding his bicycle house to house to clean up dog shit in people's backyards. That's how he started. He celebrated his small wins as they came. He celebrated each time he got paid. He paid himself first. He had a goal in mind, and he went after that shit with focused intensity like you've never seen before. He stayed away from debt. He always paid cash for his vehicles. In fact, I bet he's still driving that same 1998 Chevy S10 that he got off the Arizona government that runs on propane. The Arizona governor made some stupid ass deal where they paid like 50 or 60% of the cost of the vehicle, and then they paid for the installation of a propane system on your vehicle. Jumped on that shit. And I bet he's still driving that S10 from 1999. The dude doesn't drive a Ferrari, he drives a pickup truck. And his commuter is an old beat up pickup truck. In his eyes, he is extremely successful. Where I'm at in my life, I'm extremely successful. I'm not able to stand in a position of fuck you yet. I got 4.5 years. Everything goes according to plan. In 4.5 years, I will be standing from a position of fuck you. It could happen sooner, it could happen a little bit later. But the idea is I have my goal. And I've had my goal for well over a decade. At 50 years old, I'm retiring. At 50 years old, I'm gonna say fuck you to my boss. And I actually like my job, but I don't love my job. It's still an inconvenience, and it's still a place that I have to go. It's still work that I have to do. It's tasks that I have to accomplish that don't individually benefit my future. I pay myself first, every paycheck. The first money that comes out of that paycheck, the first thing before the government takes it, before anybody touches that, I pay myself so I can keep going down this path of success. And I make these YouTube videos for you guys to be able to follow along and find your path to success. Find what your true definition of success is. I read this morning the average car payment is between $430 and $575 a month. And I just can't wrap my head around spending that kind of money every month to make somebody else rich so that I can drive a car to my job that I hate while ruining and destroying and depreciating the value of that vehicle, driving me further broke. I can be the coolest dude in the intersection or have those comfortable seats that massage my ass as I'm driving. See, it requires a shift in mindset, because there was a time where I was willing to do that. I absolutely hated my job. I hated where I was in life. I was stressed out because I had so much debt. I didn't know what to do. Every time I turned around, here's a fight over money. I'm gonna go work another 16-hour day so that I can have more money, so that I can keep paying off that debt. It's horseshit, and it's a deadly cycle. You'll never know the freedom that you can have in life until you get rid of your debt. The feeling that you can enjoy every single day. And then when you see your retirement account, your investment account, your portfolio start to grow and start to shape to where there's light at the end of the tunnel, and you can see that shit because you fucking earned it. Eventually there comes a point where you can feel the weight lifting off your shoulders because you've invested enough that you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and the cloud, the shadow, it all just disappears. You almost feel weightless. What I'm getting at is we can all achieve success, but we have to be able to define success in our eyes. We have to be able to know and understand at what point do we consider ourselves successful, because you can achieve it, right? Everybody can achieve success, their own definition of it, but you have to start. And you don't start with big ass strides. I don't know of a single person that was able to start tomorrow or today, whatever. I don't know a single person that was able to start investing in their future with, say, $1,000 a day, $1,000 a month. Instead, all the successful people I know, they started with like $100 a month. Most of the people that I hang out with, most of the people that I know are millionaires. Just because you make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year right now doesn't mean that that's what you're gonna make in 5 to 10 years. But getting that compound interest growing and growing to benefit you in your future, that is the key that's gonna make you successful and wealthy in the future, so that you can live your life from a position of fuck you. But as long as you're locked down with debt, especially if you're only making the average income of $40,000 to $50,000, if you have debt, you'll never make it to success, because you'll never be able to benefit your situation. You'll never be able to better your situation. You're gonna be stuck in that $40,000 to $50,000 a year job, working for a boss that you hate, punching the time clock with no end in sight or light at the end of the tunnel, because you're gonna be trapped. When you have debt, the risk is going to increase so much that you can't afford to take a week off. You can't afford to take a risk on taking a new job that's potentially going to pay you more and benefit your future and your life and your family's life and your family's future. It's going to make it 10 times as hard for you to feel that grateful sensation, the feeling of gratitude. You're going to be so focused on paying your next month's bill or keeping food on the table that you're never going to be able to see the end of it. There are tons of people out there in the world right now that are living well off of $50,000 a year. If it's expensive where you live, move. I understand it's not easy. I'm coming and telling you to move from experience. I've had to do it a number of times throughout the course of my life. When I moved up here to Washington a year and a half ago, I left my hometown once again, and I went to some place that I'd never even seen. I bought a house I'd never seen, in a city, in a state I've never seen. It's doable. You just have to want it as bad as you want to breathe. You have to be able to do it, and you have to set yourself up in a position to where you can do it. If you guys made it this far, do me and yourself a favor and put succeed in the comments. Number one, I want to know who's in this fight with me. I want to know who in this world and who in this life wants to succeed right along with me. And number two, 6 months from now, you can come back and look at that comment and you can say, God damn it, I started, I'm on my way, and I'm gonna find my way. I'm doing it this time. I'm gonna fucking earn it. You got this, man. You got this. Believe me. That's all I got for today, guys. I appreciate you showing up, and I hope like hell you're showing up for yourselves. I am so grateful for all of the support that you guys are giving me, all the positive feedback, all the encouragement to keep on going. I'm more grateful than I can express. It's not easy to get out here and make these videos every day. You guys are making it all worth it. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.